So this is Acts chapter 10, and we're going to read from verse 9 to 23. And you remember that the Apostle Peter was in Joppa, and God had brought some revival, really, to that area because of the miracles that God did through the hands of Peter. He raised Tabitha from the dead. A man named Aeneas had been paralyzed and had been healed. And he stayed there in the home of a man named Simon the Tanner. But while he was there, an angel of the Lord appeared to a centurion called Cornelius. And the angel said, "Go and get Peter, who is in Joppa at the home of Simon the Tanner. Bring him, and he will tell you the way of salvation." And after seeing this vision, in verse 9 it says, "On the next day, as they were on their way," that's the men that Caesarea, that Cornelius had sent, on their way and approaching the city, Peter went up on the housetop about the 6th hour, that's about noon, 6th hour, to pray. And he became hungry and was desiring to eat. But while they were making preparations, he fell into a trance. And he saw the sky opened, and an object like a great sheet coming down, lowered by 4 corners to the ground. And there were in it all kinds of 4-footed animals, and crawling creatures of the earth, and birds of the air. A voice came to him, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." But Peter said, "By no means, Lord, for I have never eaten anything unholy and unclean." Again a voice came to him a second time, "What God has cleansed, no longer consider unholy." This happened 3 times. Immediately the object was taken up into the sky. Now while Peter was greatly perplexed in mind as to what the vision which he had seen might be, behold, the men who had been sent by Cornelius, having asked directions for Simon's house, appeared at the gate. And calling out, they were asking whether Simon, who was called Peter, was staying there. While Peter was reflecting on the vision, the Spirit said to him, "Behold, 3 men are looking for you. But get up, go downstairs, and accompany them without misgivings, for I have sent them myself." Peter went down to the men and said, "Behold, I am the one you're looking for. What is the reason for which you have come?" They said, "Cornelius, a centurion, a righteous and God-fearing man, well spoken of by the entire nation of the Jews, was divinely directed by a holy angel to send for you to come to his house and hear a message from you." So he invited them in and gave them lodging. This is one of those milestones, and this whole story of Cornelius is one of those great milestones in the development of the church, because up to this time, remember, Jesus had said, "You shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria, and then to the ends of the earth." The ends of the earth include a lot of Gentiles. And here we have the scriptures opening the way that the Gentiles can receive the gospel. And it's amazing. Well, first that God shows it, first of all, to Peter, the apostle. The one of the founding people of the church, really, and the leader of the church. And God appears to him, and he says he has this vision, which is repeated 3 times. You remember when Pharaoh had his dream and it was repeated twice, and Joseph said, "It appeared to you twice because it has been firmly established by God." And here Peter has a vision which is 3 times. It's firmly established. God is saying, "Do not, what God has cleansed, no longer consider unholy." What God has cleansed, no longer consider as unholy. And he comes away and doesn't really know what to make of it. And then he hears these people shouting for him, And the Holy Spirit speaks to him. Behold, 3 men are looking for you, but get up, go downstairs, accompany them without misgivings, for I have sent them. And Peter, bless him, that's exactly what he does. He goes down, he welcomes them in, and we'll read next time how he went with them over to Caesarea, and God did a mighty, mighty work.